Welcome to the Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the quickest Formula One updates. We have 3 exciting stories for you. To remain ahead of the competition, subscribe and click the notification bell. Let's begin. Let's discuss what to expect. How do you feel about Yuki Tsunoda's Red Bull Racing debut this weekend at the Japanese Grand Prix? Do you think he'll be able to quickly adjust to one of the most demanding cars on the grid, or are you dubious about this abrupt change? The decision to promote Tsunoda has generated mixed reactions, and Max Verstappen himself hasn't seemed overly thrilled about it in recent days. In the lead-up to the Japanese Grand Prix, Max made headlines once more when he was asked if he would help Tsunoda get used to the new car setup and the internal workings of Red Bull. Verstappen has publicly criticized Red Bull for the decision to fire Liam Lawson after just 2 races, claiming that he was never given a genuine chance to settle into the car or adapt to the new environment. His response was straightforward and firm. Everyone trying to succeed in this sport works hard every single day. They absolutely deserve a chance. Yesterday I had a brief encounter with Yuki, who was busy at the plant. However, since my expertise isn't his, it won't really help him there. So ultimately, it's not really my job and he must sort everything out on his own. No particular direction or mentoring in the most competitive racing series in the world, Verstappen himself has battled his way to the top. And in a sport where even teammates are rivals, emotional support frequently takes a back seat to performance. Even so, Tsunoda doesn't seem bothered by Verstappen's stance, as the Japanese driver has shown a high level of confidence heading into his home race. Verstappen made it clear that he expects Suzuka to earn his spot the hard way, just like everyone else in Formula One. Speaking to the media, he expressed his belief that the Red Bull car is not as hard to handle as people believe and that, with the correct attitude and preparation, he could even contend for a podium finish at Suzuka this weekend. That is a daring claim that has undoubtedly captured the interest of both fans and analysts. Since Tsunoda is accustomed to pressure, the opportunity to race in front of his home audience in a high-end vehicle might be just what he's been waiting for. Naturally, expectations should be controlled. Verstappen's driving style is a major component of the Red Bull car, and history has demonstrated how difficult it can be for teammates to feel at ease or confident in it. The car requires precision, ferocity, and complete dedication. Tsunoda has undoubtedly done so, but he will need to act fast if he wants to make an impression. Whether he can live up to his own expectations or not is still up in the air, but there is no doubting that his debut carries enormous stakes for both his own future and Red Bull's ability to maintain internal stability during a crucial point in the season. Now it's up to you. Do you agree with Max Verstappen's approach? Should he be doing more to help his new teammate adjust, or is it fair for Tsunoda to fend for himself? What about Yuki himself? Is this confidence misplaced? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, if you appreciate this type of in-depth Formula One coverage, don't forget to subscribe to Grand Prix, leave a like, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next update we'll be watching. I'll see you on race day, Suzuka. Let's turn our focus to Ferrari, a squad that appeared to go unnoticed during today's open practice sessions at Suzuka, as the majority of attention was on Red Bull's internal conflict and Jack Doohan's early crash, despite early indications that they might still lag behind McLaren. In terms of overall pace, Ferrari discreetly began to work. Despite the lack of headline-grabbing speed, there is a quiet optimism emanating from the garage. The team's performance didn't shout for attention. The lap times weren't particularly eye-catching, and after a difficult couple of weekends in China and Australia, it's clear the team still has progress to make. Carlos Sainz, for example, spoke positively about the car's behavior in Sector 1, where the grip levels were high and the Ferrari felt strong through the faster corners. He mentioned that during free practice 1, the car's balance was far from ideal, but after key setup changes, things improved significantly in FP2. The team took a big step forward, according to Sainz, who noted they still have work to do before FP3 in qualifying, but he's excited to see what the weekend holds, especially with a strong chance of rain forecast for Sunday. Now, rain hasn't historically been a strength for this year's Ferrari package, something we already saw in the season opener. Still, Sainz appeared hopeful that changing conditions could actually work in their favor this time, especially if they managed to tune the car correctly heading into qualifying. Charles Leclerc echoed a similar tone. He explained that throughout both sessions he experimented with a variety of setups and configurations in an attempt to better understand how to extract maximum performance from the SF24. While the lap times may not reflect it, the vehicle has more potential than first appears, according to Leclerc, who also noted that weather, especially wind and rain, will probably have a significant impact on FP3 in qualifying. In an effort to remain ahead of the curve, Ferrari's engineers are already closely examining forecast data to see how quickly they can adapt to changing track conditions. Ferrari might be in a stronger position than most people think. It's interesting how perception and internal reality can diverge in Formula One, and even though they appeared to be quiet on the timesheets today, they think they've made significant progress and will be in a much better position for the remainder of the weekend than most observers might think. Which leads us to the question, with the possibility of rain on Sunday, do you think Ferrari could surprise us at Suzuka? Are they in for another battle, or could this be their big break? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think Ferrari will have a competitive package for this Grand Prix weekend? Or do you think the weather changes could lead to another catastrophe for them? Remember to sign up for Grand Prix to remain up to date with every development from the F1 paddock. Please like and enable alerts. We'll be back shortly with everything from qualifying and FP3, so stay connected and keep your eyes on the Scuderia. A big accident involving Jack Doohan shortly after the main straight was likely one of the session's most dramatic moments. If you were able to watch free practice 2 in the early hours, the pictures were powerful. Fortunately, the Alpine reserve driver was able to exit the cockpit on his own initiative after Doohan's car collided with the barriers at high speed, causing significant damage to the vehicle. Although he appeared shaken and possibly in pain, the car was ultimately unharmed, and the Alpine team will face a major challenge, attempting to reconstruct it in time for FP3. But what specifically led to the crash? A mechanical malfunction or something else? The drag reduction system, which reduces aerodynamic drag to increase top speed, seemed to remain open longer than it should have, which may have caused a complete loss of rear downforce as Doohan approached the opening corner. Alpine didn't waste time clearing the air after the incident, releasing a statement shortly after the incident, confirming that the problem was indeed related to the doctors but not due to a technical failure. Alpine claims the crash was caused by driver error and not a flaw in the machinery. Suzuki's Turn 1 is different from many other circuits in that it doesn't require a sharp braking zone at entry. Instead, drivers must carefully control their speed and manually deactivate their doctors before turning in because the system doesn't shut off without braking. Unfortunately, Jack Doohan neglected to deactivate his DRS, and that small mistake had serious repercussions because it drastically reduced his rear downforce. He lost his grip instantly and was hurled into the barriers at a terrifying speed. Alpine was quick to defend its driver, explaining that Doohan missed out on FP1 and thus had less time to adapt to the circuit. And the car's behavior. The team referred to the crash as a learning moment and reassured fans that both the car and the driver will be ready for the final practice session and qualifying. From a developmental perspective, these things happen. Mistakes like these are part of a young driver's learning curve, especially when stepping into such a high-pressure environment. With limited time on track, while it was a costly crash, it's the kind of experience that could prove invaluable to Doohan's growth as a Formula One prospect. Still, it begs the question, was this just an understandable rookie mistake or a basic error that shouldn't happen at this level of motorsport? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Was it a simple oversight from a driver still getting to grips with the car, or do you believe doing should have been more prepared? And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Grand Prix, leave a like if you enjoy these updates, and turn on notifications so you never miss another key moment from the F1 weekend. We'll be back soon with full coverage from FP3 and qualifying. Stay tuned and let's see how Doohan bounces back.